92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Chase is on the phone with us. He wants to do a second date update on a girl that he met named Stacy. In his email, it says that he just moved up here from L.A. and has started trying to date and meet people. Chase, how are you?
Great. How you doing?
Good, man. So you just moved up here from L.A. How long you been here?
Oh, about 3 months.
3 months, okay. And have you gone out on a lot of dates with Washington girls yet?
Well, I'll be honest with you. After living in L.A. for that long, the pickings are pretty slim up here.
Come on, you guys.
Chase,
Don't
that's funny.
rag on
That's funny
Washington
because
girls.
that was going to be my question. He was going to be like, how disappointed were you when you got here? Because I moved up here from L.A. like 10 years ago, and let me tell you, man, it is not the same.
Hey, you guys be nice. We may be a little bit more pale and not so up on fashion, but we're nice and we like hiking and
True, Brooke.
and pumpkin spice lattes, and we look damn good in flannel. So
Yeah.
back up.
And they
I
don't.
can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, well, first of all, obviously, you liked the girl that you want us to call today. Tell us a little bit about her. How did you meet her?
Well, my boys and I were out at a bar, and we're just getting ready to leave, and I spot this girl, and I swore I forgot I was in Seattle for a second. This girl was, well, in LA maybe like a solid 7.
Yeah.
But here in Seattle, definitely a 10.
Seattle 10 is in LA 6.5, 7.
Yeah. I mean, solid 7, I'd say.
You didn't tell her that, did you? Like, hey, you're a 10 here, but
No, I was saving that for the second date.
Yeah.
Okay.
To go like, hey,
Man.
I just moved up here, and you know what? You'll do. So he went up and talked to her and asked her out, obviously. What'd you guys do for your date?
I don't mess around. So, first date, it's always 5-star, surf and turf.
Wow.
I take care of them, So I dropped a fat stack
Oh my
on
gosh.
dinner. We had a great time, all the works, everything, wine and dine.
Do you brag about how much money you're spending on dinner throughout the night as well?
I mean, they know. I make it very clear.
If you're taking her to a place that's nice, she probably knows how much it is. I personally think you should throw it in her face, but hey, that's just me. It's just kind of how I do things. So, did she like dinner?
She loved it. I mean, she was willing to go to a second location with me, so clearly she was into it.
Was the second location your house or her house?
No, it was a warehouse. I'm building out into a nightclub.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
All right, yeah. Well, you're building it out into a nightclub. I'm glad you finished with that. Just when you first said, I'm taking her to a warehouse, I was like, dude, that's not appropriate behavior on a first date. So you're building a nightclub.
Yeah, well, women like men with a future, with prospects. So I wanted to show her, I'm a professional.
I will say, I think it's nice when you are excited about something and you share your passion. What was her reaction at the nightclub or the warehouse?
Funny you say that. It was a little weird because she seemed a little nervous before we walked in and she saw the build out.
Yeah, she sees the outside of a warehouse and is like, I don't want to go in there with you.
Yeah, she seemed a little off. But, once we got inside and she saw that I knew what I was doing, she saw that I'm a professional and I'm successful and I'm serious about what I do. I have passion.
Okay, so you were kind of trying to show her that if she dates you, you're not just some loser and you have a good job and you're trying to open a nightclub.
Yeah.
Were you really cocky about it though, or were you just like, hey, you want to check out this nightclub that I'm trying to open?
I mean, it's hard to show somebody something like a nightclub and be shy about it. You know what I mean? Like, I put a lot of money and a lot of work into this.
Yeah, it's just strange. It would be like me bringing a date to my place of business, right?
Yeah, but you're on the radio. Like, if you took me to a radio station after our first date, I would think that was a little bit weird. But,
Yeah.
I'm a promoter.
No, you know what?
Part of the nightlife.
It's true. If you're opening up your own nightclub or restaurant or something, that's cooler than being like, hey, you want to come see all the buttons that we have in a radio studio?
Yeah, right?
That I would, if I were on a date with you, Chase, and you took me to your place that you're opening up, I'd be interested in seeing that, because it's kind of interesting to see how these things are built.
Yeah, I mean, she seemed to enjoy it. She seemed really enthusiastic about it. I mean, that's kind of why I'm confused why I haven't heard back from her.
Okay. How did the evening end?
We kissed at her doorstep, and, I tried to get inside, but she said maybe another time. And,
Okay. But she did say maybe another time.
Yeah, I mean, she seemed sincere, but 5 days later and 7 texts, and, I haven't heard from her.
You haven't heard
Chase.
anything, not even like, hey, I just am busy.
Not a word.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right, man, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Chase is on the phone with us. He wanted to do a second date update on a girl that he met named Stacy. If you missed the first part of the second date update, Chase just moved up here from LA. He's been here about 3 months. Stacy, the first girl that you've gone on a date with since you've been here?
Yeah, first one.
First one.
Okay.
All right. They met, went out for dinner. He says that he dropped a lot of cash on dinner, took her to a very nice place, and then gave her a tour of a nightclub that he's planning on opening. And she seemed to like everything, even said that they could go out again, but now he hasn't heard a word from her. I never asked you, do you have any idea why she wouldn't want to call you back?
Absolutely not. I mean, she even said, next time.
Okay.
Yeah, and you kissed her at the end of the night. You're a very confident man. How aggressive was the kiss?
I mean, it felt mutual. It was just
Okay.
a normal end-of-the-night kiss.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm interested to see what she says. We're going to call her right now, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update. You ready?
All right.
All right, man.
Hello?
Hi, is Stacy there?
This is Stacy.
Stacy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I'm good. I listen to you guys every day. I'm good.
Nice. You do. That's cool.
right.
A lot of times we call people and they have no idea who we are.
No,
So
I love
that's
you.
good.
Love you.
Sweet. So have you heard a second date update then before?
Yeah.
You have. Awesome.
Uh-oh.
That's exciting news for you because you're about to be the star of one.
What?
Yeah. You recently went out on a date and that person emailed us to call you.
Are you guys serious?
Yes, I am. His name was Chase.
Oh my gosh.
You and him went out for a nice dinner and then he took you for a tour of his nightclub that he's opening.
Yeah.
Did you like Chase?
He was a nice guy.
Okay.
That is so
You don't sound
not
like you
true
really
at all,
liked him that
Stacey.
much. He says that he can't get you to call him back, and he wanted us to see if we could get you on the phone and ask why. What's the reason that you're not calling Chase back?
Is he on the other line?
Stacy, why would you say that? Stacy, if you're that familiar with the show and I tell you that he's not on the other line, are you going to believe me?
No. I know you. I'm not going to believe you.
You are a smart girl, Stacey.
Well, Stacy, okay. So you know how the second date updates work then. Yes. Chase is on the
Yeah.
other line. I'm not going to bring him up, though, until you tell us what the problem with Chase is.
Okay. He's kind of an LA guy.
Okay, what do
That's
you
a
mean?
nice way to put it.
What do you mean by that exactly?
I don't know. He's kind of like a name dropper and, thinks he's really cool.
Right.
He's from LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was he dropping names on your date, actually?
Yeah.
Was it like
That's awesome.
was it like famous people he knew or
I mean, he said he knew them.
Yeah. What names was he dropping to you? Who does he say that he knows?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He said that he helped produce Chingy's album.
Chingy, like the rapper, like right there?
I had to Google him. I didn't know who Chingy was.
Okay. So he helped produce Chingy's album.
Yeah.
All right. Did he drop any other names for you too?
Oh my gosh. He was like, when I get bored, I call up Ludacris to go race go-kart.
Wow.
Oh, that's really funny.
If he really does go call up Ludacris when he's bored to hang out, that's pretty cool, actually. That's a good name drop right there.
So it didn't impress you though, none of this.
No, it was annoying and weird. I mean, he'd be like talking about something, and then he'd just bring up some random celebrity.
That's awesome.
Oh, great.
Why? Okay, wait. I get that that's obnoxious, Stacey, but why'd you kiss him at the end of the night then?
I just wanted him to go.
Oh,
You're like,
no.
whatever, I'll kiss you if you just leave.
Shut up.
Did he name drop after he kissed you too? Like, I remember I was helping Winona Ryder research a role, and we kissed pretty much the same way.
I mean, it was pretty nonstop.
All right. Well, Stacy, you already know he's on the phone, so I'm going to punch up his line right now and let you talk to him, okay?
Do I have to?
Yes. I want you guys to talk it out. Chase?
Yeah, hey.
Hi.
Are you as big of a name dropper as she says, Chase?
No, I mean, I know some people, but I mean, they're my friends. Like it's not name dropping if you know them.
Oh, yeah.
No, Chase, it is.
I mean, sorry to burst your bubble, but like it was really annoying. You don't know all those people.
Yeah, I do. Look at the credits of Chingy's album. Not the last one, the one before.
He's had more than one?
I didn't even know Chingy had two albums. Yeah.
Me either.
Chase.
Well, it was, it wasn't as big one, but I do know these people. I mean, I'm just talking about my friends. You were talking about your friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like normal friends that I see all the time.
Well, I know I go-kart with Ludacris all the time, so that's a normal friend to me.
I mean, Chase, I might have been into you on the date if you hadn't been name-dropping the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess in L.A., what's cool is just a little different than what's cool here.
No, Chase. I grew up in L.A., and even the people that are actually from L.A. don't like name droppers.
But it's my friends, though.
Yeah, that's fine, but just say my friend. You know what I mean? You don't have to say my friend Ludacris.
Yeah.
You know?
Ever heard
you
of
can just
him?
be like, hey, yeah, I like to hang out with my buddy and go-kart sometime. And then later on, when she finds out your friend is Ludacris, she'll be like, oh, that's cool. He knows a celebrity. He didn't feel the need to throw it in my face.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I mean, if I said Ludacris, it's because that's his name.
All right. Okay, so you don't feel like you're name dropping, but Stacy obviously felt like you were just trying to be cool the whole time.
I mean, I am cool.
We can tell.
You're not cool. Like, you saying you're cool is the opposite of what being cool is.
It's a very good point,
Well,
Stacy.
Stacy, would you like to go out on a second date with Chase? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I'm going to say no because he's probably going to be busy that night playing poker with, like, Vin Diesel or somebody.
That's pretty good, Stacy.
I do know Vin Diesel, and he doesn't play poker.
Come on, Chase.
Give it up.
Jesus.
Let it
Oh,
go.
man, that's
Brooke
ridiculous.
and Jubal in the morning.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
We've got a girl on the phone for today's second date named Cassidy. And she said in her email that they did a little social experiment on their first date. Didn't say what it was,
Okay.
but I've done a few myself. So, Cassidy, I'm guessing you both went to dinner with no pants on to see if they'd still serve you.
No.
I want to know, does it work?
I mean, it really depends on what restaurants you hit up.
No,
because,
it does not.
well, yeah, if they have one of those make-your-own omelet stations, then you could probably get away with Porky Pig in it there.
I see what you're saying.
They're pretty lax.
Uh-huh.
But, Cassidy, what are we talking about social experiment-wise here?
Cassidy?
Oh, hi, guys. How are you?
Oh, hi. You're doing a second date, remember?
Maybe the social experiment she's doing is let's get on the radio and then not talk. See what happens.
Sorry, I was texting somebody.
Oh my God. Really? We
like
can't
me.
put our phone. I mean, I don't want you to put your phone down now, but you know what I'm saying. Concentrate, Cassidy.
Clearly, this is a priority
Yeah.
for you. So, who's this guy that you want us to call while you text away?
Okay, so this guy's name is Sam,
Uh-huh.
and he and I met on on Tinder,
Okay.
and I really liked him. He was like a really unique guy. He had like the perfect dad bod, which I'm very into. So he wasn't like
What?
too muscular, but he wasn't too skinny. I like that.
Stop it.
Huh?
Are you in your 20s? Why are you going for dad bods? You have the rest of your life to be
Hey!
hooked up with a dad bod.
Dad bods are important to society, Brooke.
I'm
Back
just
off.
saying, man, your single year should be not spent on dad bods. You got the next 50 of them to
What?
do that.
It sounds like you're too old and you're not taking advantage of the dad bods around here.
She makes a good point.
Yeah, her husband is a runner. So this girl, don't listen to her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So dad bod Sam, that's his name?
Yeah.
All right, and what did you and Flabby do for your date?
So we went to go eat seafood,
Okay.
and everything was really going great, and that's when the social experiment came in.
So
Okay.
wait, is this something you guys came up with together or?
No, it was something that he came up with.
Oh,
Hmm.
what was it?
So he looks at me and he goes, "Do you trust me?"
Ooh.
And I said, yes.
Why would you say that? You never say yes immediately to a guy that's just randomly like, do you, Jasmine?
Yeah, especially a guy you met on Tinder.
Yeah.
I mean, I
you
think
guys-
the universe is telling you scream no.
He has not given her a reason to not trust him, okay?
Being on Tinder is enough reason not to trust someone.
All right, so you said yes. What did he want you to do?
So I hand him my cell phone. He tells me I can turn it off.
Okay.
He calls over the waiter, and he hands the waiter both of our cell phones, and he says to him, don't give it back until we're done with dessert.
This guy's crazy. What? No phones?
Yeah, can't call for help now, little lady.
I mean, I
What?
guess I could see that's being like a classy move. Like he
Yeah.
wants to focus on just the two of them,
Kidding aside.
have no
yeah.
distractions.
So as the waiter is walking away with our cell phones, I was freaking out. I was like, what is going on? I don't understand. This is really strange. This is really weird. So I was just like trying not to be vocal about it. But yeah, it was a weird kind of thing to do.
Yeah, she's breaking into cold sweats and her hands start to shake.
Dude, I feel you.
You need your fix. I mean, how is anybody going to know what your dessert looks like if you can't take a picture of it?
I mean,
Exactly.
Even though you don't answer during a date, to feel the buzz, just to know it's on you
Yeah.
is important.
Like, people are with me on this date. I'm not
Exactly.
alone.
He sounds so jaded over here, but he took the phone away. And so how did it go?
Actually, after the phones were gone and we had no distractions, it ended up being really good. And we were focusing on each other. We were both listening and talking, and the whole thing was really sweet.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
So,
great.
I mean, did you end the date thinking, oh my God, I'm never going to use my phone again?
I mean, listen, I would love to have my phone. You know, it's like a part of me. But it was really nice for like that hour that we were together that I didn't have it, and we just got to be with each other.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
great.
So besides that, did anything like weird happen?
No, so afterwards we had a really, really great time. There was a small kiss.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure I would get a text or a call. But here's the thing, though. He's not taking initiative, and he hasn't asked me out on a second date. So I'm honestly shocked. Like, I don't understand.
So have you tried to ask him out at all?
I mean, I've tried to, like, hint to him that I would be really interested in going on another date with him.
Yeah.
But he's not taking the bait.
So what do you think it is that maybe turned him off?
I don't know. And I really want to know because I actually really like him.
Well,
Right.
how long has it been? Because if he's not a big phone guy, obviously, maybe he literally isn't checking his phone.
Maybe he's writing you letters in the mail and they just haven't gotten there yet.
Maybe a carrier pigeon is going to bring it to your doorstep.
No.
I mean, it's been a while, and so he should have asked by now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think this one is actually weird. Like, for someone to
Mystery.
be interested in enough to want to actually concentrate on you during the date, give you a kiss.
And I didn't tell you guys, but he was super sweet and super cute during the dessert.
Oh,
How?
Really?
So he asked for a candle for the tiramisu, and I looked at him and I was like, oh, it's not my birthday. It's not going to be my birthday for another 6 months. And he was like, well, we should celebrate your half birthday. And so the candle came out, and he was like singing happy half birthday to you.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really cute.
And free dessert? I would celebrate corner birthdays if we got free desserts out of
Dude,
it.
I hope Dad Bod Sam turns out as good as you say he is.
I like him.
Yeah.
All right, well, Sam apparently has already won over everybody in this room. So if he won't go out with you, maybe he'll go out with Jose.
Let's hope.
And
Yeah.
We're going to play a song, come back. We'll give him a call and see if we can get you a second date. All right, Cassidy?
Cool, thanks.
Okay, well, we've got a very special caller on the phone with us right now.
What?
1, 2, 3. Happy half birthday, dear Cassidy. Happy half birthday to you. Yay!
Yay, Cassidy!
Oh, Cassidy celebrated her half birthday recently when she went out to dinner with a guy named Sam. Because Sam asked the waiter to bring a candle to put in their tiramisu. And when Cassidy said, my birthday's not for 6 months, he's like, well, we'll just celebrate your half birthday.
How
Yes!
smooth.
Dude, it's so cute. And Cassidy, I gotta say, thumbs up for you because I have been trying to get people to celebrate my half birthday for years, and no one is on board.
No one can count that high, though, so
Shut
it's really
up.
hard to celebrate her
Dang
birthday.
it.
Half as hard.
Always.
That was actually the funniest thing you guys said all morning.
Oh, thanks, Cassidy. Thanks.
We said
High
something
praise.
funny. That's good.
Has anything else come to your mind that's gone wrong? Because so far, you have told us about the world's most perfect Tinder date ever.
I'm telling you, he was sweet. He had the perfect dad bod. Everything was amazing.
Oh, okay. You're like, let me squeeze those love handles, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Cassidy, maybe
true.
you didn't have the right amount of dad bod.
Uh-oh.
Did you ever think about that?
Mom bod.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe she'd eat a little bit more tiramisu the next time before you go out on the date.
That's the thing. Nobody finds mom bod sexy. Yeah, it's not a thing.
Mom bod?
I don't think it's a thing.
How dare you say that? I find all mom bods attractive, so.
Yeah, even your own.
Yeah.
No, not like mom. No. I'm in single mom.
Yeah.
You're right. You're expecting.
Right.
You're not.
No, stop.
Yeah, we're getting too weird. Let's just make the call to Sam. And Cassidy, we're going to try and get you your second date, all right?
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I talk to Sam, please?
this is Sam. Who's this?
This is young Jeffrey. Work on the radio, doing something called a second date.
Okay.
Oh,
So we take it you don't listen very often. That's okay.
I think I heard of it. I don't know.
No, you don't have to humor us. It's okay. Not everyone has.
That was awesome, Sam.
right.
This is actually probably pretty good news for you, I would think.
A girl named Cassidy told us about you. She said that you guys went on a date and she had a great time.
So you're calling me why? I mean, what's going on? I don't understand.
Well, we're calling you because part of the second date is that we reach out to you and try and figure out the reason why you're not calling someone back after you go on a date with them.
And Cassidy had a great time with you. And for some reason, you haven't asked her out again.
So I'm assuming she talked to you guys about this.
Yeah.
Yep.
She told us all about how sexy your dad bod is and
Oh, my God.
about the little thing that you did with the tiramisu and the candles.
But seriously,
Oh, yeah.
applause. Good move with a half birthday.
Yeah.
Thanks.
On our end, the date seemed really good. So what's the reason that you're not calling her back?
Well, I mean, after this first experience, I just can't really see myself with her, I guess you could say. I don't know, just the type of girl that she is.
Type of girl.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, just her personality, I just see some red flags.
Okay.
Can you be more specific?
When we first met, I mean, first impressions are everything, and my first impression of her was really, really good. It was almost kind of too good.
Oh, that's it. Red flag. Too good. That's usually the number one.
What is it?
Sometimes
Yeah.
it is.
What does that mean? It's too good. How is something too good?
Look, normal people, they don't make a really great first impression, okay? There's usually something off, something a little weird or awkward.
Okay.
And with her, everything was just perfect and really comfortable.
Okay.
Okay, Sam,
What?
we need to sit down because it sounds like you have been on Tinder too long. And what you expect on a first date has really changed because that is what you want.
Yeah, man, Brooke's right. Like, what's really bothering you?
Well, there's one thing about her. It's this listening thing.
What listening thing?
She's a really good listener.
I thought he was going to
No,
go like...
I don't know. What do you mean? There's...
I feel like you're not even hearing yourself right now,
Well,
Sam.
hold on. Hear him out.
When somebody's a really good listener,
Uh-huh.
it just puts a lot of pressure on me to kind of talk well and to be interesting.
Okay.
I'm not used to being on a date with a girl that was so focused on me.
Well, but wasn't that your whole plan? Because she told us about the social experiment you did where you had the waiter take your phones.
Yeah, but
Because you wanted to have the time for you two to concentrate on each other. And that's exactly what happened.
So, yeah, your idea worked.
yeah,
But
I
now
mean,
you're saying that you're upset that she was listening to you?
she just seemed like way, way too good of a listener. And it rubbed me the wrong way. It really did.
I
Red
actually
flag.
do kind of see what he's saying because she has been listening to this whole conversation.
So
What?
basically, I'm too good of a listener, so you don't want to go on a date with me?
See, she did hear it.
She's listening. Oh,
yeah,
my
she's
God.
been
All
on
right.
the other line
That
listening
was-
to the conversation.
That was Cassidy.
Hi. Cassidy.
Sam, are you serious? This is honestly the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. I've literally never heard a man complain about being too good of a listener.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you do you normally listen that well? Is that, or
What has happened in the dating world, you guys? Your red flag is all positives. You realize that, Sam.
I feel like this isn't really about listening or fun conversations. Like, what's the real issue?
I think he's scared. Are you scared of commitment? Is that what it is? You're scared of liking
No.
someone?
Are you in love with your mom?
no?
There's some deep-seated root to this behavior. I'm trying to figure it out.
Listen, Cassidy, you were so focused on me and you were just so overly kind of attentive. It just makes me think that, well, she doesn't know how to behave without her phone.
Are you kidding me right now? That's how you think? You are crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy talk.
I think I know what he's trying to say.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing. I can never remember people's names. If someone can remember my name and met me once, I'm always like, how did you do that? So if a whole date goes flawlessly, I can kind of see why it's like, how did that even happen?
But how frustrating, Cassidy. Like, I would be so frustrated right now if I were you.
Honestly, it just sounds like he wants another type of girl and not me.
You think it's an excuse. You don't believe him. You think that he's just saying you're too perfect just to let you down easy?
Totally, 100%.
Listen, no, it isn't like that at all. I would like to do this again. I just think that maybe I could throw out a couple of suggestions for you the next time we do go out, you know?
Oh, yeah, sure, Sam. Why don't you list them off?
I hope you're listening.
I told you before that you made a really good first impression. How about this second time around, maybe don't do that?
What do you want her to do? Like, show up late?
No, maybe not be so engaging. I want her to have more awkward pauses.
Yeah, stumble over your words. Make him feel more comfortable, like he's not intimidated by this perfect woman.
I can't believe this is happening right now.
Oh.
Cassidy, people talk a lot about themselves, okay? And I don't want that, but I want someone that kind of talks about themselves, you know, a decent amount.
Huh.
To the point where I have to kind of fight to get a word in, you know?
What?
That makes me listen.
Okay.
Cassidy, okay, wait, hold on. Is what you're trying to say, Sam, you just want her to be more vulnerable with you and more herself?
I just don't want somebody that makes that good of a first impression. I want somebody that doesn't listen that great. And, I mean, even if you want to be kind of clingy towards me, I'm totally cool with it.
Oh, my God.
Not full.
So,
just drop the Y, just the cling. You just want a little cling from your ladies.
are you good with that, Cassidy?
No.
No, hold on, Cassidy. Slow down. I thought you were a good listener. Let me ask. Would you like to go out on another date with Sam? We will pay for it.
Come on, Cassie. Honestly, think about it. It might be kind of fun to just go and try to have the worst date you possibly can.
Really bomb
I
it.
mean, just try to mess it up bad.
Forget his name. Like...
It'd just be a fun night.
Cassidy, really, listen to them. Listen to what they're saying. I know you're a good listener. And if you just go by a couple of the suggestions that I made, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be not too good, but it's going to be good.
We don't want it to be great.
So?
What do you say, Cassidy? Do you want to be his imperfect woman?
He doesn't deserve me. He needs to be with someone who's got all of these things that he wants because he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
He needs issues.
Well, he just needs a little less self-confidence, Cassie.
Actually, look, that wouldn't be that bad because she did come off very self-confident.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You lost me.
Yeah,
now,
that's an
dude.
instant turn off.
You're terrible.
All right, well.
Congrats, Cassidy.
Well, yeah, I mean, congrats,
Yeah.
but sorry we couldn't get you a second date.
At
Yeah.
least we got to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for trying, you guys.
Oh, all right. So did she say yes? I wasn't listening.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
When you go out on a first date, you learn a lot about the other person, their likes and dislikes, what TV shows they might like, and people are very passionate about their TV. Like, I know for me, if you disrespect New Girl, I will gut you like a fish.
Because you're just so adorable.
I will come across the table. I've actually choked someone out at a restaurant before because they disrespected New Girl. And it wasn't even the person I was out with. It was somebody 3 tables down. I heard them say they didn't like it. Anyway, that's the reason that Sherman, who's on the phone today to do a second date update, thinks that his date ditched him in the middle of their date.
What?
Because he disrespected her TV show.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Sherman?
That's the only thing I can think of.
Did she, like, throw her drink in your face as she stormed out of the restaurant?
No, none of that. I went to the bathroom, and then I came back, and she was gone, and she, like, left, like, a pile of money at my seat to pay for the meal.
So you got ditched in the middle of your date. Your email said the only thing you could think of was an argument about TV. What happened before she ditched you?
I mean, we're talking about TV shows and shows we liked and stuff, and she brought up Real Housewives.
Okay.
And I kind of chuckled at that, and I kind of made fun of her for a little bit, but I was just joking.
Like, how bad did you make fun of her? Like,
Well, I mean, when she said I watched Real Housewives, I was like, you really watch that trash? And that's kind of, I don't think she liked it, but I was joking.
Did she laugh about that, or did she seem legitimately pissed off at you?
I feel like she was more upset than she was happy about it.
And how long after you made that comment did she ditch you in the middle of your date?
I'd say we talked for another 5-10 minutes, and then I had to go make a restroom break.
Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. Up into the TV discussion, you're saying everything was fine on your date?
Everything seemed cool. Yeah, we met at the restaurant, got our appetizers. We had some small conversations, just talking about likes and dislikes and stuff. I thought it was going fine.
You'd never met this girl before. This is like a blind date or someone you met online?
Yeah, it was a blind date situation. Her friend is my neighbor, and I was just talking to my neighbor one day about how, I'm single and, ready to mingle and stuff. And then he was like, you should meet my friend. And then she seemed down to meet up. So we met up, and I thought it was going great.
Until you dropped the hammer on her about Real Housewives. So when you got back to the table and you saw a pile of cash sitting there and your date gone, what'd you do?
I just kind of sat there and just waited. I thought maybe she went to the valet or maybe she wanted to go on a smoke break or something. And probably like 15 minutes in, I realized I got ditched.
So did you try to call her or text her or anything?
Yeah, I was sending her a text, just, making sure things were cool. And I was like, hey, did I offend you with the housewives thing? It was just a joke. Sent her things like that, but she just hasn't responded back.
So you've heard nothing from her other than coming back to the table, finding cash, and no date.
Yeah, cash on the seat, and she was gone.
Do you actually want to talk to a woman who would be so offended by anyone talking trash about housewives again, though?
Well, I don't think she realized I was joking about the housewives thing. Like, I don't mind housewives. It's just, it's cool to hate. It's a fun show to hate on.
It is. It's very fun to hate on that.
Easy.
But do you want to call somebody who ditched you in the middle of a date because of it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, she was really cool. She was beautiful. She was smart. We laughed and stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind a second date if it's at all possible.
Huh.
And I think the housewives thing was the cause, but honestly, I'm not sure. It could have been anything. So I just kind of want to get some closure on this and figure out what did I do?
Yeah, it would be confusing if somebody left me in the middle of the day. I mean, it's never happened. But if it did happen, it would bother you a lot because you're like, what did I do that was so wrong? She couldn't even handle hanging out with me for like another hour until we finished dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to know exactly what went wrong. And, if I can get a second date, great. But if not, I at least want to get some closure on this whole thing.
That's understandable.
It's just hard for me to believe that anyone who's a fan of Housewives doesn't understand also how ridiculous it is. I think you did something else.
I don't think I did anything else, but it's the only thing I could think of right now, like I said.
All right, well, let's find out then. We're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, sounds good.
All right, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Sherman is on the phone with us. He recently went out with a girl named Sarah. While they were at dinner, he got up to use the bathroom, came back, she was gone, there was cash left behind on the table, and that's the last he's heard of her. Tried to text her, call her, and heard nothing back. I do have a question for Sherman before we get her on the phone and find out what went wrong. Sherman, let me ask you this. When you came back to the table and your date was gone, were there any ashes or burn marks anywhere around the table?
No, that's what I noticed.
Yeah, because I've heard of this happening before. Sometimes people will spontaneously combust. And I'm thinking that might have happened.
Oh, my God. And the money just flew out of her pocket from the explosion.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm sure she survived.
You think she survived?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
Because you haven't heard anything from her. It's all speculation at this point. She could have combusted and turned into the money.
Oh.
I've heard of that happening, too.
I've never.
There's all kinds of things, Sherman.
That'd be a good superpower.
Yeah.
No kidding.
The only thing Sherman can think of that went wrong is they got into a little disagreement about the TV show Real Housewives. She said she watches it. He made a joke like, I can't believe you watch that trash. And she seemed legitimately offended. It was shortly after that she left, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm going to call her right now, get her on the phone, and find out what went wrong. You ready?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, is Sarah there?
Speaking.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Sorry, who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show. Nice to
why
meet you.
Why are you guys calling me?
Well, because somebody emailed us about you.
Somebody emailed you about me.
Yep.
Who?
His name is Sherman.
Sherman?
Yep, and you recently went out on a date with him and then
Oh, my God.
you ditched him in the middle of your date.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about that weirdo.
What?
Wow. Can you just talk to us for a second, please? Because he's wondering why you would ditch him in the middle of the date. He thought it was because he insulted Real Housewives.
What?
Yeah, he said that you guys were talking at the dinner table, and then you made a comment of how you watched that show, and he said that show's garbage, and then it was after that you left. So that's the only thing he could think of.
Oh, my God. That's the only thing you could think of. Yeah. I left because of a TV show. That is so stupid.
I take it that's not the answer.
See, so now would you like to defend yourself and tell us why you left?
Yeah. I have a very good reason.
Okay, what happened?
So we're on the date, whatever. We're talking. It's fine. I'm trying to get over the fact that his name's Sherman. It's fine. Whatever.
I didn't even think about that being a problem.
He gets up to go to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting there, and this girl leans over next to us, and she's like, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I know this is going to sound really weird, but I know that guy, and you can't date him. And I'm like, oh, okay. And
What?
she's like, his name's Sherman. My friend dated him a few years ago, and within a couple of weeks, he slept with her mother.
What?
Whoa.
That is a huge accusation that you just got from a stranger.
I know. I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? And I was totally grossed out. I wanted to throw up, and I was like, if it was enough for this woman to interrupt our date and like pull me aside, then, she's looking out for me.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, it kind of fit. Like, when I was looking at this guy, I'm like, yeah, he probably is a motherfucker.
Literally.
Sarah, let me ask you this. Though. Do you think that girl could have been like an ex-girlfriend who's just kind of hating on him?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I thought that at first, but it just her tone and everything, like, it just, why would she say that? It was all too weird, and I had to just get out of there.
Have you left in the middle of a date before?
No, I've never had this happen to me before.
I mean, it's not like the guy was dangerous or anything. He just has a crazy ex story.
It made me nauseous.
Yeah.
I can't, I just pictured him like knocking boots with my mom, and I wanted to barf.
That's what I was going to say. At that point, Sarah, you got to think about your mom. It's not even about you. You got to get out of there. Otherwise,
Even your grandma.
yeah, who knows what this guy's going to be up to.
And he was weird. He was weird when I talked about how I like Housewives, and now I understand why.
All right. Hey, Sarah.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I do also have to tell you that Sherman is actually listening on the other line, though.
What the
Yep. Sherm, you there?
It's not as black and white as that, It's not as simple as just, sleeping with somebody and their mom. It's not
It's not as black and white as that.
Oh, my God. You slept with their mom? Like, that really happened?
There are a lot of things happening that go into this story that make this story complete.
So it's
And,
true.
you only have certain bits and pieces of it.
Okay, so it's true. Can we hear the rest of it then?
No, I mean that's all one side of the story. It's not as black and white as that, and that's the thing with that. Like, I can't just
so we need to hear that
and be known as just one thing.
Yeah, but we should hear the other side of the story then, don't you think? Don't you want to defend yourself?
I don't think you're going to hear it right now because I feel like you're just going to turn it against me right now.
No,
You're gonna make fun of me on the radio.
I think what you did is a great
Oh
thing.
my gosh. No, you do not, Sherman. That is so gross.
I don't know what the big deal is. Like, people get into relationships all the time. They get all messy. I've been cheated on before. I'm sure Sarah's been cheated on before. It happens. It's part of life. Everyone just needs to get on with their lives like I'm trying to do.
I've been cheated on before, but nobody had sex with my mom.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's the point.
I'm sure someone's had sex with your mom.
Well, I know someone has. My dad has. Maybe somebody else. I've never asked her about her history that much, but I'm saying nobody's ever cheated on me with one of my parents. How did it happen, Sherman?
I don't want to talk about this. This is all in the past. Why are we bringing up past bullshit, all right? I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to get to a second date with a new relationship with new people.
I get it, Sherman. I get it.
Bringing back old stuff all the time.
If you're not going to comment on it, Sherman, then Sarah, would you like to comment? Aren't you curious?
Yeah, I think he's a nasty perv, and it all lines up. He was wearing that icky cardigan on our date, and it just
That's the one thing I know. Dudes that wear cardigans, they always hump moms.
Hey, that is a red flag right there.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Rogers. He's a pervert.
I'm not a pervert. There was no children involved in this.
Except for the daughter of the mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, adults. This isn't like children. This isn't like underage people.
Sherman.
Everything was legal. Everything was consensual. Now you're just trying to make me look bad. This is what I said. This isn't what I wanted to be happening right now.
All right, well, let me get this wrapped up for you then, Sherman. Sarah, would you like to go out on a second date with Sherman? We'll pay for it.
Are you f***ing kidding me? I'm not sleeping with some dude that slept with his girlfriend's mom.
Sherman, thanks for your time, man. I promise we're not laughing at you. We just want to know how it happened. That's all.
Jubal, ask me again. Your mom.
And if you tell me how you did that girl's mom, I will let you my mom. That's how bad I want to know.
What is wrong with you?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
If you're just joining us for today's second date, Cassidy is on the phone, and she wants to call a dude named Dean. They went out ATVing, which sounds like a fun date, and then after that, they went to go get barbecue. And the only thing that she can think of as to why she's not getting a call back is that the waiter was hitting on her nonstop while she was on a date. And then when her date got up to go pay, the waiter actually asked for her phone number. She didn't give it to him, but she thinks that Dean, the guy she went out with, might have thought she actually did give her number to the waiter. So we're going to get him on the phone and find out if that's what went wrong.
And if it turns out, Cassidy, that he was just simply jealous that the waiter was hitting on you, do you still want to date with him?
Honestly, probably not. Kind of a major red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could see, like, the phone number thing, if he got confused, and makes sense.
The phone number is fine. But if anything else like that's not cool.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to dial his phone number right now and get him on the phone and see if we can figure it out. Okay? Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Dean?
This is Dean.
Dean, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. How's it going?
I'm doing okay, man. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Good.
Yeah. All right. That's it. See you later. Have a good one.
Just checking in. Mental health check.
Yep. Take care, Dean.
Well, that was weird.
Dean, you have any reason why I'm calling you?
I haven't the foggiest.
Okay. I'm calling you because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date. Have you heard that before or heard of it?
I think I've heard of it. I'm not. I don't listen to the radio that much.
All right. Well, basically, it's where if you go out on a date with somebody and don't call them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and figure out what happened. And we got an email from somebody named Cassidy.
Oh, man.
And Cassidy told us about your date, how you guys had fun going off-roading, and then you went to a barbecue place. But now you're not calling her back, and she's confused.
Look, well, yeah, we had fun leading up to it, but to be honest, I've never had a moment on a date before where I was like instantly turned off. But this is
Instantly turned off, so you know the exact moment that you decided you didn't want to go out with her.
Yeah, I could tell you the exact moment.
Okay.
So we went to like a barbecue place, and the food was good and everything, and the service wasn't super great, but she ordered like a big plate of wings, like barbecue wings.
Yeah.
And
instant turnoff.
No,
Yeah.
barbecue's awesome. But she got this big plate of wings, and she was doing that thing where like she kept playing with her phone while she was eating, but and that's whatever, but she had barbecue sauce all over her hands, and then would grab her phone and then would get the barbecue sauce all over the phone screen, and then put the phone down and then keep eating the wings, and then pick her phone up, and every time she picked it up, it was it was nauseating, real gross. And dude, she was like wiping the barbecue sauce on her pants. She never used a napkin, not once.
Okay.
that's
So wait.
little-
You were upset that she was using her phone during your date. You're upset that she got her phone all greasy with barbecue sauce.
I'm upset that she's a barbecue monster. Like, she just had, like, barbecue sauce all over her hands, her pants. Like, at one point, she, like, reached out to, like, hold my hand, and there was, like, barbecue sauce on her hand, and it, like, got barbecue sauce all over my hand. And,
All right, so yeah, I mean, that's kind of gross. Like, why? If you're at a barbecue place, get some wet naps, clean it up a little bit.
there were ample napkins. Like, there's not an excuse for this.
Yeah. There was a towels at barbecue places,
You make
right?
it sound like she was literally bathing in barbecue sauce by your description.
You know, whatever. I don't kink shame, but, like, I don't know, man. It
That's
was
her thing.
weird.
At least you was
Okay.
washing your hands with barbecue sauce.
So it was the barbecue sauce. That's the reason you're not calling her back.
It was just gross, man. Like, I'm not a stickler for, like, manners or, like, you know, whatever, but it was just gross.
That is crazy to me.
If you can't handle wiping barbecue sauce off of yourself, like, I can't trust your hygiene in other ways. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, what else?
Yeah, it makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah, it could tell something about their character as far as hygiene goes.
Yeah.
Well, Dean, thank you for being honest and telling us why you're not calling her back. I appreciate that.
No worries.
Yeah. Also, she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you. I should have told you that.
My God.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not. Cassidy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. First of all, who says ample wet nap? What a loser. Like,
Wait, what?
That's
What that's your comeback is who says ample wet naps?
yeah, he sounds like such a loser.
I said ample
also-
napkins. Ample's a word.
Ample-
You could look it up. It's a common
Oh, I
word
know
in the
it's a word.
vernacular.
I have a college
That's
degree.
also a word.
Seriously, barbecue sauce? How else are you supposed to eat wings? They're gutting
You
down
wipe
all
your
over you.
hands with
Yeah.
napkin.
Why would I wipe my hands between each wing? That's stupid.
She has a point there. I mean, that's a lot of wiping.
No one expects you to wipe your hands after every bite, but, like, don't touch your phone and smear barbecue sauce all over the phone. Like, eat a few wings and then wipe your hands and then use your phone. Like, there's an order.
Why were
to
you
these
counting
things.
how many wings I was eating? What? It was like I was on a date with Rain Man. Why are you counting my wings? It's my phone. That's why I got phone cases.
I feel like only Rain Man would want to go on another date with you.
That's not the only guy that wanted to date with me. The waiter wanted to date me very clearly, and you said nothing. What kind of man just, I was clearly, like, uncomfortable. You didn't say anything. You just sat there eating your ribs with a fork and knife like some kind of toddler at a tea party. I was like, who the hell is this guy?
You know what? Hey, Mazel Tov. You guys can have a great barbecue sauce date together. Like, you and this waiter can just drench each other in barbecue sauce and, like, slide around in it like slugs. It'll be a really great day.
That is such an
That
image.
sounds fun,
That
actually.
is such an image.
My
Your phone
kink,
probably has
apparently, like,
poop on it. Your phone has poop on it. You look like someone that does, like, the crossword while they take a like some kind of loser.
Where did that come from?
All of this very aggressive for barbecue sauce accusations,
Yeah,
you guys.
barbecue sauce, that's so aggressive. Like, it's so stupid. You're not going to date me because of barbecue sauce? Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, sorry I have manners and I was raised the right way. It's
Poop on
crazy,
it.
I know.
Your phone has poop on it. I don't want to date
Your phone has
someone
poop on it. It's gone from you're smearing barbecue sauce on everything to your phone has poop on it.
Mature.
Yeah, you're not a man. You're like, it was like going on a date with like a little boy. And I don't like little boys. I like men.
Oh, yes. The finger painting on her phone person and wiping her hands on her pants is telling me I'm a little boy.
It's a cell phone. Who cares if it gets dirty? Like, that's what it's going to be. It's out in the world. Like, I'm sorry we couldn't have dinner at the ICU where everything is sanitized every 5 seconds. Like, we'll feed you pudding. And I'll put a bib on you, and I'll put a surgical mask on me, and it'll be so erotic.
That sounds like a hot second date. Dean,
What is happening? Like, from barbecue slugs to this, I am like...
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going on a date with Mr. OxyClean. I mean, like, I don't even know. You're wearing a white turtleneck. Who wears a white turtleneck to go muddy? What an idiot.
You're right. I'm Mr. OxyClean. Billy Mays here, totally turned off by the barbecue sauce all
You
over
kind
the
of do
place.
sound like Billy Mays. Actually, are you Billy Mays, Dean?
I'm the ghost of Billy Mays, not wanting to go on another
I
date with
thought
her.
something 3 lovely payments for $19.99.
You know what? I would rather go out with Billy Mays than you any day of the week. You probably use bleach with lube or something.
Now we're talking about too much about Billy Mays. Dean,
Okay.
would you like to go out with Cassidy on a second date? We'll pay for it.
No. She's single, fellas.
Wow.
I don't think I want to be involved with a guy who has an intimate relationship with his box of detergent. So, yeah, I'm going to say hard pass.
Oh, so both you guys are saying no,
that's
then no second date.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, thanks,
I'm
Cassidy.
collecting hand sanitizer.
Okay.
All right. Well, good luck, you guys. Hopefully, you can find somebody that matches your lifestyle. You know,
Clean, too dirty.
somebody dirty enough for you, Cassidy, and someone who's clean but has poop on their phone like you, Dean. The girl on the phone for a second date today described herself in her email as a real guy's girl. So probably means she's into things like chugging Cosmos and spending a nice Saturday afternoon updating her Pinterest page or reading Kardashian blogs. That's the kind of stuff that guys girls do. Or maybe I'm a girl's guy. I don't know. But Cassidy, does that describe you as a guy's girl?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I figured.
I don't think it describes any woman, whether you're a guy's girl or not.
Well, I'm sure there definitely are women that are into that. But you call yourself...
Literal opposite.
Yeah. All right. So you call yourself a guy's girl. And the guy you went out with, you said he was a typical guy's guy. So that's good.
Hey.
Yeah, no, I really liked him. I thought we had hit it off pretty well. So.
And is that how you sell yourself? Or, I mean, I assume you met on a dating app.
Oh, yeah, we definitely met online. I'm not getting... Who meets real people in real life anymore?
Yeah, it's
Just want to make sure my assumption was right on. I mean, is that how you sell yourself on the dating app, too?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like pictures of me like playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I met him online, and he had suggested we go out to dinner at this like really nice restaurant, and I just thought that was so lame. Like I can't think of a worse way to get to know someone is like going to dinner. Like I don't know.
Really?
Did you tell him that before you guys went out, or did you just rag on it the entire dinner?
No, I was like, if you do that, I just probably won't show up. Like, can we do something else?
All right.
That's messed up.
So I'm guessing you did something else then.
We did, yeah. Well, I was just like, you get anxious, so it's good to have like an activity to do, right? So I suggested we go off-roading on ATVs.
Okay.
That's a fun date, an expensive date, but a fun date.
I mean, Groupon works wonders. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so I found like this property where we could ride our ATVs around like for an hour, and he was super like excited about that, which I thought was a good sign.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. I mean, like we were very playful. We were like kicking mud on each other, which doesn't sound sexy, but it was.
Yeah.
So.
Was there any like moments where you guys kissed or anything?
No, we didn't kiss. I wanted to, but also there was like mud all over my face. I think there were a few moments,
Right.
I'm just shocked he didn't pull the like whole "let me wipe that off your face." Oops, now I'm kissing you moment.
I know, right? I mean, he like did this weird thing with my forehead, where he like pressed my forehead down, and I don't know what that was, but
that sounds strange. Whatever he did with your forehead, but
Maybe he was trying and he didn't quite get it right.
Yeah.
is that all you guys did was ride ATVs?
no. So we were so hungry afterwards, and we like went down to this barbecue place down the road. But that's kind of when it went a little,
Well, what happened?
Don't.
Okay, so basically the waiter was like definitely hitting on me like the entire date, and it was so rude. Like it was really uncomfortable, and the energy definitely shifted, and I was like, oh no, like we're having such a good time, and like I'm not interested in this waiter at all. But I also don't want to be rude to him because he's gonna spit in our food. So
you're the waiter was hitting you on you the whole time, and the guy you went out with, his name's Dean, is that what you said?
yeah, Dean.
Dean, all right. And so did he seem upset by the whole thing?
He just was like, he was definitely like not happy, and like he kind of like wasn't as talkative, and I was kind of like, what's up with this waiter? And he just was like, I don't know.
Oh, so he just got cold and short after everything.
Yeah, he did. He got so, like, it was almost like my fault that the waiter hit on me, you know?
Yeah.
It's not your fault. And some dudes might take it as a compliment. Like if a waiter was hitting on a girl I was out with, I'd be like, oh yeah, awesome. But she's out with me, you idiots.
But I could
So back
also
off.
see why he's a little, like, upset about it. Like, she didn't tell the waiter to stop.
Who cares? Don't you think that's a red flag?
I don't know. I barely know the guy, so I really wanted to give it a second chance. And so basically he goes up to pay the bill, and that's when this freaking waiter who can't take a hint, like, asked me for my number.
Shut up.
Oh, wow.
He didn't.
Ultra aggressive.
I mean, it's so obvious when people are on a date.
Yeah. Like, I literally, like, I even, like, reached over and, like, held Dean's hand, like, on the table, like, while the waiter was, like, trying to hit on me. And I was like, seriously? Like,
So did you give him your number?
Obviously not, dude.
no.
Okay. Because I was like, that might be a reason he's not calling you back if you did give him your number.
No, I was really fed up at this point. I was like, you're kind of being like a block of sorts, sir. And I clearly on a date. And no, I don't want to give you my number.
Okay.
Whoa.
Then I looked up and I saw that Dean, like, saw the whole thing happening.
Uh-huh.
No.
And so now I'm like, oh, does he think that I, like, did give the waiter my number? And, like,
Totally does.
and then we got into the car and it was just, like, so awkward. And I was, like, so bummed and not returning any of my calls or texts. I'm, like, wondering maybe that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a bad start.
Yeah, maybe it's not so much that the waiter was hitting on you, but maybe he does think that you gave the waiter your number. And that's an understandable reason not to call somebody back.
Yeah, and I definitely didn't, and I didn't bring it up because I was like, I feel like that's just going to make me sound guiltier, so I'm just going to pretend it didn't happen, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
What a weird
Okay.
It's a real bummer, though, because I really liked him, and I really thought we hit it off, and I want to kill this waiter.
We'll play a song and come back and call him and get your second date, okay?
All right, thanks so much.
All right, hang on.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, sometimes when you go out on a date with somebody you really like, you do something that is just out of character. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You tell yourself, I'm not that type of guy, and then you end up later on being like, I can't believe I did that on a first date.
What?
Why are you being so creepy?
What's the music?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Rachel said. She sent us an email and said she did something that she never does on a first date with the dude that she wants to call today. Rachel, what was the naughty little thing that you did?
Well, I don't know if it's like a naughty little thing, but I had sushi for the first time.
Ooh.
Wait, you ate sushi was your naughty thing?
It?
Jubal.
Whose sushi was it?
I guess the naughty part, I don't know if you want like the long or the short version of this, but it wasn't my most graceful moment.
Oh.
Okay. So you've never had sushi before. You had it for the first time on this date.
Right, yeah. So I meet this guy at a bowling alley. Friends of mine are having a birthday
Hold
party.
on, let me stop you right there. You didn't eat sushi at a bowling alley, did you?
Yeah, that would be a really bad mistake.
Okay.
That
Whoa.
is risky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, that is super risky.
No. I wasn't a strong bowler, and I sort of just hung out at the bar with another friend of mine, and like there was another guy with his friend there, and he asked me out. I gave him my number, and then he invites me out on this date. So immediately I start like looking up the guy on social media just to get a sense of like if he's a chainsaw murderer or not. You know?
Right. You're doing your due diligence before you meet up with him.
Exactly.
Did you find something weird on his social media pages?
No, I got even more nervous because I'm looking at his social media and there's like pictures of him. It looks like all over the world, like hiking in Fiji and canoeing. And
so now you've like built this guy up in your head even more.
Right. He's like the Dos Equis guy in my mind. You know?
That's pretty cool. You went on a date with the Dos Equis guy.
What were you feeling leading up to your date then?
I got nervous and I just wanted to sort of be impressive. So when the idea of sushi was proposed, I didn't admit that I hadn't ever done it.
Oh.
I was like, that sounds great. Of course.
You're like, of course. I haven't had sushi since I was traveling in Japan, hiking Mount Fuji.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we go, and then finally I'm looking at the menu, and it's Greek to me. I'm sort of
No,
like...
it's probably Japanese.
No, it's his expression.
I'm like subtly looking for like the word cooked, and I'm not finding it.
You're like, I'll have the teriyaki chicken. Thank you very much.
I talked to my girlfriend, and she was just like, dude, just order the teriyaki chicken. Well, this place is so, like, it's Japanesey that there is no teriyaki chicken, you know?
Okay.
So I admitted to him, I was like, you know what, why don't you just take over with the ordering? I'm going to be honest. I've never had sushi, so whatever you think is like the best introduction,
that's great.
I'm totally open to.
I bet he'd be excited about that. You know, he gets to show you something new.
So then he's like ordering eel rolls, and I didn't know like people ate eel. It just, you know, it feels weird.
That's a tough one for your first time.
Yeah, and these bites seemed like outrageous, and he's gracefully eating sushi. He's putting the whole thing in his mouth. So, of course, I tried to put the whole thing in my mouth, and immediately I'm like, oh, God, no, please, I can't. Like, like my cheeks are as big as they get. I'm covering my mouth with my napkin because whatever is in there is, like, trying to push its way out.
Oh, man. So did you spit it all over the table?
No, the first attempt ended up in my napkin.
Oh, yeah. And you can't do that low key. Like, he knew, right, that you spit it
No,
out?
because he's, like, studying me as I take my first bite of sushi, you know? The chopsticks were awful. Like, I don't know how anyone feels full eating with these toothpick things. Like, I don't get it.
Well, how did everything end with you guys? Did he seem just disgusted that you didn't know how to work chopsticks? Or?
No, I tried to, like, distract him with the chat, and so we started talking about celebrity encounters.
Oh, cool. Did you have any impressive stories to share?
Yeah. I got caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks backstage at a concert when I was younger.
Oh, that's rad.
That's cool. He seems like the kind of guy that would have just sat next to you and smoked some weed with you.
Oh, my God.
He was super cool. I felt like I got busted by my dad.
Totally. He's like the most lovable person on the planet, too.
He was great. Yeah, he was super great.
I think that's an impressive story.
That's what I would have thought until we got to the end of the date and went out of the restaurant. And I thought he was going in for a kiss, and I leaned forward, and he planted one on my forehead.
Oh.
That's
That's like a parent kissing.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
That's what it felt like a kiss-off kiss in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe he just doesn't kiss on the first date.
You know, I thought maybe he just wasn't attracted to me, and you know all of this stuff. But then why did he ask me out? You know, so I said, I was like, you know, I had a great time, and I'd really love to do this again.
Yeah.
And he said, sure.
Oh, okay. So you got a kiss on the forehead and a sure.
Sure. Still a yes, though.
Yeah, that's
It
usually not a
depends.
good sign.
Yeah, you got to think of like, is it like sure, like excited, or like yeah, sure?
It was like it was the equivalent of the kiss on the forehead.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was some reason that he was already planning on blowing you off.
I don't know what the nail in the coffin was because now I'm looking at it and I was just like, oh my God, was it all of it? What was it?
Well, we'll find out. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update, all right?
Cool, thank you.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Rachel is on the phone, and Rachel hates sushi. And probably all fish now, because sushi may have ruined her date. If you didn't hear the first part, Rachel met a dude that she really likes, and they went out for sushi. She's never had sushi before, and it didn't go very well. She ended up spitting some of it out.
You know, I'm just going to say, I think it's really lame if this is the reason he's not calling you back. Because you tried something new. I think it should say that you're an adventurous person for even giving it a go.
Well, thank you, Brooke. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hopefully he feels the same way.
Maybe he doesn't. He's like, no. I only date sushi connoisseurs. We'll find out. Let's dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Cool.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Billy, please?
this is Billy.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. Are you familiar with our radio show?
Yeah, I'm not a listener, but I know who you guys are.
Cool. Okay. You're like a lot of people then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling you today because Rachel wanted us to call you. Do you know a Rachel?
I do know a Rachel.
Cool.
Sorry, what's this about?
Did you go out with a girl named Rachel to eat sushi a little while ago?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And have you been calling her back or texting her back since?
I don't really know that it's any of your business.
That's valid.
I mean, yeah, that is valid. It's really none of our business, except Rachel emailed us because she's wondering why you're not calling her back.
Okay, well, what are you, like her brother or something?
No, but I wish I was. She seems nice.
Yeah, she does seem really nice. That's weird.
No, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Rachel wants to know if she did something wrong when you guys went out.
Okay.
She said really nice things about you. She thought you were really awesome and that maybe she's the one that screwed everything up.
Well, what all did she tell you exactly?
Well, she told us that you guys went out to sushi and she has never eaten sushi before. And she thought she might have embarrassed herself because she ended up spitting out some of her food and couldn't use the chopsticks. And then she told us at the end of the date, you kissed her on the forehead and she asked if you guys could go out again. You said, sure. And then that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The sushi thing, like, it was just a awkward situation to begin with, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I just, after having gotten to meet her and get to know her a little bit, I just didn't really think that she's the type of girl that I'd really want to date.
The type of girl.
Like anti-sushi girl or more than that?
No. What all did she tell you exactly?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like something crazy happened that she's leaving out.
No, nothing crazy happened. It's just like we had sushi. It was like awkward and weird, but we got through it, and we ended up like exchanging, celebrity encounter stories.
Oh yeah, she did tell us that.
Oh,
she told us
I forgot about that.
She told us the story about her getting caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks.
And you don't like that?
No, I don't know. I actually thought that was cute. She told me that, and then she also told me about another encounter that she had with a hugely famous person that, I don't know, it just kind of unsettled me a little bit.
What was it?
Did she get caught smoking weed by Guy Fieri, too?
That is unsettling.
You guys are hilarious.
Sounds like we're killing you over there, so thank you for the compliment.
You are kind of.
Okay. In a bad way.
So whatever her story was, you didn't like it?
No, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. She hooked up with a hugely famous person.
Awesome. Who?
Was it The Rock?
She wouldn't tell me who. She told me that she went to this person's concert, like, the mid-2000s, some R&B performer, really popular at the time. She was telling me all this stuff, but she wouldn't tell me who he was, and she ended up hooking up with him. So, wondering, A, why is she not telling me who he is? And B, mid-2000s, R&B performer, hugely popular, who else am I going to think? She's talking about Usher, right?
That's who I thought immediately. That was the first person that came to mind. I'm like, she's the confession.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I was thinking Usher or Keith Sweat. Either one is pretty cool.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing, I'm not really interested in dating someone who sleeps with pop stars, but for another thing, everything that's come out about Usher in the news lately, I'm not really interested in rolling myself into an STD, if you know what I mean.
Why not? They can be fun, dude. They can be fun.
Hold on, all of you right now. She tells you that she hooks up with a major celebrity. You assume it's Usher, and then because he apparently has herpes, you think that she has it.
That sounds like pretty good math.
That is a huge leap, man.
It does kind of make sense.
That is like jumping off a cliff. You are giving her an STD and you know no actual factual information.
Okay, the fact that she gave me was that she slept with a hugely popular R&B star in the mid-2000s. So
it can only be Usher.
No, you guys, there's other
Who else
big
was there?
You guys don't know.
Oh!
Who was that?
Oh, that's Rachel. She's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah, this is, first of all, I never said who it was. So for you to assume that you know and then make more assumptions?
Okay, well, why didn't you tell me who it was?
Because it's none of your business.
You're the one that brought it up.
Well, because we were talking about celebrity encounters, but it's not like...
How much fun is
It
a
was-
game of celebrity encounters if you don't say who the celebrity was?
That's true. I hooked up with a famous person once. Not going to tell you who.
I'm really aghast that you presume to know who it was, and by that think that you know my health. Like, get out of here, honestly.
I will say sometimes I have heard that some people have to sign non-disclosure agreements before they actually do the deed with super famous people.
Look, I never said that I did the deed. I said I hooked up. That could mean kissing. That could mean whatever. See, you're assuming too, Brooke.
I just assume hook up is the same as, getting it really on.
Well, maybe you're a little more fast than me.
That is probably true, Rachel.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're kissing Usher, it's only leading to one place. Like, how do you walk away from that and not do it, even though he has herpes? Whatever.
She never said
it's Usher.
I never, ever said it was Usher.
Okay, fine. So who is it then? Tell us. Like, if it's not a big deal, if you only hooked up and kissed this person, who is it? R. Kelly?
No.
Is it Neo?
Oh, Neo.
No.
Neo is
what?
sexy.
No, I'm not going to play the guessing game. It was a funny story. I thought it was a funny story of me being a stupid kid, and now it's just become like a Guess Who episode and assumptions about like how fast I am.
I think more than anything, people just want to know who it is because none of us have ever kissed or whatever with a celebrity.
Well, you should be more charming.
Rachel,
A lot of people have said that to me over the years, and I agree with you completely. Why can't you just say who it is, though?
Leave Rachel alone. She doesn't want to say who it is, okay?
Thank you.
It has nothing to do with whether or not she has an STD. He made a huge assumption off of no knowledge, and that's not fair to her.
Okay,
you.
fine. Fair enough. But I will assume that she has STDs.
In general.
That is just rude.
Wow. I mean, that's who you are. That's the assumption that you make about people. No, you know what? You're disgusting. You think you know it all. You don't know So I'm happy to never, ever see you again.
Well, don't speak too soon, Rachel. It's tough to ask him if he'll go out with you again. Billy, would you like to go out with Rachel on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, will you guys pay for my Valtrex prescription as well?
Oh my gosh, you're an a-hole.
You're a pig. You're a total pig.
Oh, Rachel, I am so sorry.
That's what they use to treat herpes, right?
Yeah, we get
Yes, everybody got your joke, Billy.
Funny how you seem to know everything about herpes. Now who has herpes?
Yeah, very good point, Rachel.
Yeah.
Very good point.
You could make this so easy if you just told us who the celebrity was. Like, you really got
None of your
yourself into
business.
this
And it's
situation,
obvious that
Rachel.
if we ever were to go out again, you would never let this go. So I'm not interested at all.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That was...
Okay. Well, sorry, Rachel. Definitely not a successful second date.
No.
And look, we all respect your privacy here. You don't have to tell anybody who it is. But if you do want to text me privately later, I'd be interested.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.